Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today, as I'm in my front room for a change, to do our Sunderland match reaction. And it was a interesting game. I wouldn't call it a thrilling game. I wouldn't call it particularly entertaining. But what we saw were two Watford goals, one Sunderland goal, and that meant Watford took home all 3 points out of Vicarage Road yesterday. If you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe on the channel, leave a like on the video, and let me know your thoughts on the game and your man of the match in the comment section down below. Right, so what is the tale of the game? What happened yesterday at Vicarage Road, which led to Watford taking all 3 points? Now, what I want to start with is the fact that we finally did not concede after 5 minutes of play. Of course, going into this game, I mentioned in my match preview, Watford had conceded 5 games in a row within 5 minutes of play, which was an issue that I highlighted, and it was the trend that was becoming quite concerning. Now, Watford managed to get pretty much all the way to half-time, actually, without conceding a goal. The Sunderland goal coming just after the half-time whistle. But Watford's first goal come through a nice bit of play down the left-hand side. Yasser Larouchi started this game, which I was very pleased about as well after his decent performance against Manchester City at the Etihad. Larouchi did a dummy, then he put a cross in that found its way all the way over to Festy Ebosele, who I think on the half volley controlled the ball really nicely and finished into the far corner past Patterson in goal for Sunderland, and that made it 1-0 to Watford at half-time, which we were of course all very, very pleased about. As I mentioned, the Sunderland goal did come just after half-time, I believe on about 48 or 49 minutes or so. Decent finish at the front post. Potentially Jonathan Bond could have done better. But I think actually Sunderland probably, in my opinion, deserved a goal at that point in the game. I think after Watford scored, Sunderland were before Watford scored, I should say, Sunderland were sitting quite deep, which I didn't really expect. I thought they might dominate the ball more than they did do in the first half. But once Watford did get that goal, Sunderland, of course, had to come out, apply some pressure to Watford. They did so. They didn't manage the goal before half-time, but after half-time, and up to about 70 minutes or so, actually, I thought Sunderland were particularly very, very impressive. They had a lot of the ball. They didn't really do a lot with it. I know Joey Bellingham had a shot from quite far out that challenged Jonathan Bond, and he made a good save. But other than that, and a couple of other half chances, they really didn't create anything clear-cut, Sunderland. And Watford's joy come through our substitutions, and particularly the substitution I want to highlight, again, is that main man, Kwadwo Bar, who is really impressing me in a Watford shirt at the moment. He had a great cameo performance against Manchester City. A lot of Watford fans were calling for him to start in the match against Sunderland. He didn't do so, but again, he comes off the bench. He's a game changer. He's a match winner, and he did just that for Watford yesterday. With a great driving run into the box, the Sunderland defender committed into the challenge, swiped Kwadwo Bar's legs away inside the penalty area. The referee said, yes, please, that is a penalty. And Tom Dele-Bashiru, who scored Watford's only penalty last season, slotted away again in front of the jubilant rookery end to make it 2-1 to Watford around 85 minutes into the match. And from that point on, really, it was Watford time wasting, doing any defensive duties we had to do as well. And largely, we were quite comfortable in that last 5 or 10 minutes or so. So overall, very pleased with the performance. I would say some of these substitutions yesterday, I had slight question marks over. I think Porteous at right wing back is a experiment I don't want to see again. I think he really struggled in that position, and actually could have been sent off at one point with a challenge he made just outside of Watford's penalty area. So I thought Ryan Porteous wasn't great in the game yesterday, albeit he was playing in a position he isn't usually comfortable in. Tom Ince did well when he come on. Ken Sema come onto the pitch as well to add some more legs in their wing back positions, as they are very demanding. So overall, I thought the subs, some worked well. Of course, Kwadwo Bar, Tom Ince, I thought they worked quite well. But Sema and Porteous weren't quite as effective. So I think that's something Tom Cleverley should look at moving forward. But overall, look, I'm very happy and very pleased with the result. And we move on to Preston North End on Wednesday. I'll be doing a watch along here live on the Watford Way. So make sure you join me here on YouTube for that. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave your man of the match in the comment section down below. Mine was, of course, Quaggo Bar, who won the penalty. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.